Let's talk now to Arseniy Yatsenyuk, our former Prime Minister of Ukraine and an economist himself. Arseniy, it's great to have you on the show. Can you just explain to people listening why unfreezing these assets is such an important moment for Ukraine?
Look, first, we are completely out of cash, and everyone knows this. Ukraine has been providing a really strong lifeline from our European partners, and as of now, we desperately need a new injection of both financial and military support. Let me remind you that the European Union seized around $200 billion of even more. So no one knows, frankly, the real number of the Russian sovereign assets. And there is a deliberation going on right now. And I am right now in Belgium, and the Belgian government actually strongly opposes an idea to not only to seize, but actually to confiscate these assets or to use these immobilized assets as a collateral for the reparation loan. And the Belgian Prime Minister, even a few days ago, he issued quite a weird statement that he believes that there is no way that Ukraine is to win this war. But on the other hand, he has very strong coalition partners, and I do know that the defense minister of Belgium who strongly supports Ukraine. So to put it in a nutshell, it is an important text for the European Union to show that they are very serious in either confiscating or using these sovereign assets to provide a reparation loan for Ukraine, to give a lifeline to Ukraine in order to prevail in this war.
And to be absolutely clear, there's been clearly a fair amount of arm twisting and going on in private involving Mr. Merz, the German leader, Emmanuel Macron from France, and Keir Starmer, trying to persuade other members of the European coalition to agree to the unblocking of this money. But the Belgians are quite scared, aren't they? President Putin has said that it would amount to an act of war by Belgium to let this money be unfrozen.
Well, that's a regular playbook of designated war criminal Putin. So it's a kind of warmongering and scaremongering. And it's important for the European Union and for the free world, the remnants of the free world, just to act, to make the decision. And this decision is on the table. Russia committed a crime of aggression, and Russia committed the crimes against humanity. And it's crystal clear that Russia has to pay the price. As the European Union, and not only the EU, but another member states and other states have already seized the Russian assets, including actually the UK and Japan and Canada, they are obliged to bring Russia to justice. And to use these immobilized assets as a collateral is just the first step. How to bring Russia accountable, how to make Russia accountable. The Belgian government, they really had some kind of legitimate repercussions, which is risk sharing. But as we know right now, the European Commission provided a very strong backup for the Belgian government that actually paves the way for the Belgian government to make the right decision and to use these assets as a collateral. So on the other hand, Belgian government was concerned about acts of sabotage, terrorism, and the rest of the stuff. But that's, once again, that's the regular playbook of Putin. So he just wants to sow fear among EU member states. And the only response which we have is just to act and to show that we are fearless, that we don't care about his threats, that we act in order to make Ukraine to win this war and in order to show to Putin, to China, and to everyone. That's not the way they will govern this world. And we desperately need Americans. That's another part of the problem.
Of course. Well, listen, there is a great clarion call. It's a very important moment, and we'll know the answer extremely soon. But Mr. Yatsenyuk, thanks very much for talking to LBC.